God asked for this. Saul said, no, God, I'm going to give you that. Not only that, but Saul's getting full of himself. Look at verse 12. And Samuel rose early to meet Saul the next morning. And it was told to Samuel, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he has set up a monument for himself and turned and passed on and gone to Gilgal. Everybody say, uh-oh. A lot of times, most of the time in the Bible, God sends a great victory. What does the leader, the king, do? He builds an altar to God. What's Saul do? He builds an altar to me, to himself. Yay, me. Okay, then. Verse 13, Samuel came to Saul. Saul said to him, blessed be you to the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. The capacity of the human heart to justify itself, to deceive itself, it's boundless. I did what God asked, Saul says, knowing full well he didn't. Verse 14, Samuel says, what then is this bleating of sheep that I'm hearing in my ears? And the lowing of the oxen that I hear? And then Saul begins to spin excuses. Look at verse 15. Saul said, they brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and the oxen to sacrifice to the Lord your God, and the rest we've devoted to destruction. Notice how his very words here betray him. He doesn't say, we devoted them to the Lord our God. What does he say? Slip of the tongue, but it shows you what's in his heart right here. Saul knows in his heart of hearts that he has no real relationship with God, no real love for God. He's your God. And he's always getting in my way, always crimping my style. Your God is stealing from me, stealing my time, stealing my wealth, stealing from my honor. Your God, Samuel, is a nuisance. We can never come clean and say the words, my bad. It's hard for us to say, my bad, isn't it? We just got to come clean. It's always somebody else's fault. Verse 22, and Samuel said, has the Lord as great a delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? This great verse that Andrew read for us earlier. And with this verse, this is one of the verses that you should remember. You know, we've come across one other great verse, should be in the top 10. God does not look on the outward appearance, but looks on the heart. This also should be ranking right up there. This verse, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice. And to listen to God, better than the fat of rams. How many people today, you might be saying, what's that mean? This is referring to something that we all do. We're all tempted to do it sometime. We all attempt to play this game with God, where we'll throw God a bone of sacrifice, thinking he'll be fine with that. Here, God, I got up early for church today, and it was really a cold morning. Look at my sacrifice on a Sunday when I could have stayed warm and slept in. Here, God, look at the money I'm giving to your work. I gave a tithe. I'm up to a tithe now. Pastor Bear said I should work toward a tithe, and here I am. Aren't you pleased with me? I'm giving for your work. Here, God, look at my generous sacrifice. I'm serving you with my time. I'm serving in this ministry. Look at all this work that I'm doing. God asks for a relationship, but we give him religion. He asks that we seek him and serve him, but we give him a sacrifice. And then don't give him a second thought the rest of the week. That's the proof right there, that it's not a relationship. You can walk out of here and not have another God thought until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.